What's up, everybody? So we're going to be talking about a very important subject, something that's kind of dear to my heart, and it's based on what I've been through in my life, which is called adversity. A lot of people have their own stories, so they've been through a lot of different things as well. For those of you who are watching this, you probably have been through some really tough stuff in your own life. Well, one of the hardest adversities that I ever had to go through in my life was constantly dealing with death. Yeah, I know, death. Every year, it seems, since I was about 13 years old, I've had to lose somebody close to me, and it started with my best friend. My best friend was this girl named Felicia Brett. I lost her at a very young age. I was like 13 years old. Yeah, about 13 years old. And she died. I'm not sure if she was shot in the head or if she shot herself in the head, but yeah, she was the first person to die in my life, and that was the first time I ever felt really severe grief, right? And then my next best friend, so this is somebody who I actually grew up with, Elijah Cote. We were like bros since we were like 8-9 years old, right? And that was the next grief. That was like not even like a year and a half, 2 years later, he was stabbed in his neck, and over $50. So I started dealing with that grief. And then moving on to around 18 years old, my mother passed away from heroin and alcohol. So she was addicted to heroin and alcohol pretty much my entire life, right? On and off, and I didn't really find out till I was about 15 years old that she really had a severe problem. She was chronic, and so I'm an indigenous man, and she grew up around a lot of, so she had severe PTSD, and that trauma that she's been through, because she was put into Indian day school, which is where they used to stick all the natives, the indigenous peoples, put them into these Christian places and traumatize them. Just basically destroy the indigenous inside of us, colonize us, destroy every piece of tradition that we have, and colonize us. And they did that to my mother. So my mother went through that. She also experienced sexual abuse, physical abuse, you name it, she experienced it. So she started transitioning into her 20s and 30s, dealing with PTSD her whole life, right? One of those things that she used to band-aid those things was alcohol and drugs. And today that is what everybody does today as well. I'm happy to say that, at the time of this video, I'm over 4.5 years clean and sober from alcohol and drugs. I wasn't a severe nuthead drug addict, but I did cocaine once in a while here and there, right? I'll be honest about it, like a party drug, right? So maybe like once or twice a month or something like that, but it started getting bad after a while. It was kind of like every weekend almost. Alcohol got bad, I was partying every weekend, even during the weekdays. I was too much partying. I was basically putting a lot of addiction on my wounds and my trauma growing up, the adversity, and then it just kept going on and on and on. Every year I kept losing one of my closest friends, my closest bros, and dealing with this type of pain is not easy. The adversity that we have to go through mentally and emotionally, created by this system. Because it's systemic. The experiences that we all go through are some of the same experiences that the next person is going through. Death, constant death. And it seems that every person in society is put and painted into this corner of depression, grief, anguish, anxiety. They're on meds, they're on pain meds, they're on, all these types of meds prescribed by doctors. And we go through all this adversity and we never actually get any real help to deal with it. So what I want you to understand, if you're going through some adversity right now, let's say you're dealing with death, let's say you're dealing with anguish and things that are going on in your life that are creating this paradigm of adversity that you can't get out of. Why me? Why me? I want you to understand something, okay? No matter how bad it got for me, no matter what I went through, no matter how much pain, sorrow, and sadness that I had to experience, I understood one thing up to this point. I understood that that is my journey. I understood that this was the education. This is my route of education. This is how I accumulate where I am today, the wisdom. That is my foundation. So all the experiences that I went through, all the people that I lost, you know, it's sad that it had to happen. But in order for me to be who I am, I had to experience that grief. I had to experience that pain, because it created this foundation inside of me that made me this incredible, powerful man. And I am. I'm extremely confident. I'm also very strong, you know what I mean? Like strong in terms of emotionally and mentally and spiritually. I'm in touch with myself. I'm in touch with the universe. I'm in touch with this planet. I'm in touch with people. I can communicate with people better because I understand my story. I understand what the purpose of it was. And our purpose, the adversity that we went through, creates this purpose of who we are today. So the purpose of your foundation was created from all this adversity that you have to go through. So I want you to look at your life from a different perspective now. I want you to look back at all this pain and suffering that you had to go through. I want you to look at it, and I want you to see it for what it really is. Experience. It is the process in which you had to experience these things so that you can evolve as a human being. And your purpose today is to share those experiences with others so that you can help people as well. You may not think, you know, you have a lot of skill sets or you have no purpose, but you do. Your life is your purpose. Your experiences is your purpose. Everything you do in life to experience things is to find out who you really are as a human being and what you are. And you express those things through your experiences, and you share those things with people to inspire, motivate, educate, relate, connect. And the more we all take this position of purpose in sharing our experiences with people, the more we put ourselves out there to say, hey, this is my story. Listen to it. Let me know if this connects with you. We're gonna help somebody. Somebody's gonna see this video and they're gonna be like, okay, that makes perfect sense. Thank you. And you can get that feeling of gratification, because that's what it's about. It's knowing that you're helping somebody that makes it all worthwhile, you know. And I love helping people. You know, I started transitioning from making no money online my first three and a half years in this industry to making a full-time income after a while. And the reason why I started crushing it was because I started helping people. I transitioned from this desperate person who wanted to make money because I had to pay bills, to solving people's problems, to sharing my story, to becoming a how-to guy, selling picks and shovels to people who want to learn how to dig for gold, right? I was the gold digger before, and it was very difficult to find gold because everybody already dug it all up. But once I started transitioning to the picks and shovels industry, it was unlimited. There was nothing I couldn't sell or do or provide to solve people's problems. So that's my video, guys. Comment, like, subscribe for more content, more reviews, more inspirational self-development stuff. Drop a comment, man. I want to know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this video has helped you. Share this video. Share it on your timeline. Share it with other people so you can because I know there's little bits and pieces in here that is going to help somebody who's going through some type of difficult time, who needs to hear it and needs to get food for thought that, hey, you know what? It's not that bad. The adversity that you're going through in your life is not that bad. It might seem bad, but if you look at it from this perspective, as purpose, as foundation, as education, as experience, then it's not that bad. All right? Peace.